Thanks for listening to Two Cool Moms. I'm Joe Gatto. Always on fucking point. Jesus Christ. You're here. He's spilling water. You're not even doing anything.
You
Guys.
got a shot of that?
Yeah, there's a
Is
shot
that
of it.
read
It's
on camera?
It's all over.
I dumped a pint of water on the table. Some would say it was an accident and I should feel bad or embarrassed, but
No.
it was calculated. And they were going to start and I wasn't ready to start and I was just like, dink.
Joining us is
just
Spills
like
Vulcano. Sally Spills Volcano's in from Staten Island.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us, buddy.
You're welcome.
How are you,
What's up,
Sal?
guys? How you
The
doing?
best is I saw it happen because I said, "How is everything at home?"
Yeah.
And you go, "Great," and then you tipped it over, and the minute it didn't even go all the way down, it was like this, and you just went.
Yeah, that's very indicative of every second of my entire life, really. That's a reflection of me.
The best.
I came in,
Sal
I was
is-
frazzled.
Yeah.
I was on a call, a meeting that didn't end on time on the drive.
Yeah.
And so I was double parked outside this building trying to get them off the phone. And then we had to park the car. And then I walked the wrong way and looked up and I was at like 90, like I was at like,
He was at the Spotify
overshot
office.
it.
this is like 125. I was at like literally like 90. And I was like, okay. And I realized that I got out right in front of it and just kept walking. And then I came up here. You don't know about this.
No, go ahead.
I came up here. I got in the elevator. It's like one of these new like sci-fi.
You don't have the buttons.
I got one of these new elevators now that they think I don't know, maybe they're efficient or something.
Right.
I don't know what happened to just like up, down.
No.
Tell me the floor, right? I think the most simple way to do an elevator is what they had.
Right.
I want to go to that floor.
Right.
Up, and I'll push you when I get. But I
Yeah.
pushed 7, and then I got in the first elevator open, and it went to 11, and there's no buttons inside the elevator anymore.
You strapped it.
And the guy got out at 11, and I stayed at 11, and then the door closed, and I stood in the elevator alone for 6 minutes, and it didn't move. And I was like, what am I supposed to? I thought it was going to at least bring me back down.
Yeah.
So then I called him from inside the elevator, and I said, I've been in the
Jiggy
elevator
got a
for quite
phone
some
call
time.
from inside the
I said,
elevator.
I got here 1 hour ago.
and you have to leave in 10 minutes.
Yeah, and I'm in turn because that ran late. This ran late. My next one runs late, and I have one more after that. And then I came in, sat down, promptly dropped 17 ounces of water right over the thing.
Well, Sal, thanks for being here today. I know
Thank
you
you,
have a
guys.
meeting to get to. It's a great time.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
Thank you
buddy.
so much.
Yeah,
Anyway,
we'll do it again, man.
salvolcanocomedy.com. No.
Well, tell us about.
Can I get a water though, for real? Thank you so much.
You got
I
mine.
I try to drink more water now. Yeah. You know what?
Just stop it out. You're gonna
take a lot.
Can I get a straw? Can I just get a straw for Sal? Go, give me a lesson.
I was exposed to how.
Be careful. Sorry. Got to be careful with it. Thank you so much. We could really do something with this.
How did I know this was going to go off the rails right away?
For the joke, I'm wet for the next 2 episodes.
That's right.
Idiot.
How's this sound?
Sounds great. Sounds great.
Like an 8-year-old in
Sal,
the
are
summer.
you
Getting
nervous?
ACDC? What is that?
ASMR. The one goes lip, lip, lip. Yeah.
Sit back and relax.
Are you-
Listen to the sounds of the Two Cool Moms podcast.
Are you nervous? Tell me about your voyage with comedy. How did you start? Could you imagine I came in, I'm like, what's the best prank you ever pulled?
I'll show you right now. Please, if you're watching, please, if you know someone who knows someone, a friend, someone, if you know someone in entertainment, if you know someone that interviews people, if you know someone that has a talk show, if you know someone that has a podcast, if you have a family member or friend that asks questions, tell people not to fucking ask me anything about Impractical Jokers ever again, because it's been on for 12 years, and apparently every time I sit down, everyone asks the exact same questions for 12 years.
Right.
12
Yeah.
years. Tell me about little skits that you do. Tell me about little skits.
I want to go on a record.
What's your craziest prank? What's the craziest prank you ever did off camera?
I want to go on a record right
What's
now.
your favorite punishment?
I want to go on record right now to answer a question. We are still friends.
Yeah, that too. Like, it's
Do you still talk to them?
Oh, we get that. You probably get that a million times.
million
more.
times, yeah.
Yeah.
How's Sal?
Yeah.
He's good.
I'm good. I noticed a lot of stains on these couches.
Well, a lot of people come around throwing water all over the place, but they spill many drinks on here.
There's a lot of stains.
The whole thing, there's just furniture around here. We normally have a table set up, but then we looked at it, and we were like, oh, it's going to look like a little bit of an interrogation. So we just grabbed literally 2 couches that were outside 10 minutes before you came in here. You were stuck in an elevator. We were moving couches in.
Oh, wait, what about the episode before this?
No, we do a table. We do a table. When it's me and him, we do a table.
Hey.
Yeah, it's a table.
When you're here,
guests?
it's 2 cool couches.
Well, yeah, we have guests. When we have this is our guest setup.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but you're our first guest as part of the new iHeart thing. So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, look at this.
All right.
Yeah, well, depending on what order.
Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you, bud. Yeah,
That's
we're
very
excited. We're you have podcasts, so like, what's it like to work with Chris DiStefano?
Yes, I've. Well, you have not been on them yet.
I've been on both. I've been on Hey Babe, and I've been on
Taste Buds.
Taste Buds. Yeah,
And tomorrow I need a co-host, but you're out of town.
yeah. We were supposed to do Taste Buds, and you weren't there, and then we had to cancel on DeRosa, and he got really upset with us.
Well, remember that there was a.
You said you canceled like on the way there or something.
We weren't even.
No, they closed down. Remember, the president was in town. The
president was in
and
town.
they closed
Yeah,
down
the
these streets.
It was
and we're
impossible to get down
We're
there.
not getting down there.
The
And
choppers
he.
the cars.
And he was like,
The president was here.
he was the president.
Who was the president at the time?
But you know me. I'm not a canceler.
What?
Like you know me. I don't cancel. I keep my stuff.
Oh,
There was
no,
no way to
I'm-
do it.
I'm breaking your shoes.
No, but I'm saying. But Joe DeRosa takes it personally. We haven't spoken since.
No, he's an idiot.
I know this. I was on Taste Buds. That's great. Well, this is Two Cool Moms, and here we talk about our moms. And you are probably one of the closest that was to my mother.
I called her mom.
Yeah, I called her mom.
Yeah.
As well. So you know what the craziness that was Jerry Gatto. But your mom is equally as fun. Adele, we love her. She's
Equally as fun? Yeah. she's equally as fun to laugh at.
I will say she's a source of stories, though, right?
Yeah.
Like my mom was a source of stories
Yeah.
as well,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I think your mom is definitely giving
I
you.
got tons of it. Actually, there's a lot of stuff on my mom going to be in the special.
And especially, you talk about your mom a lot.
Well, she's involved a lot in a lot of things. Yeah, some things revolve around her, and some things that just she's in them. But she finds her way into a lot of them. I think I'm noticing as I worked on the special, like that a lot of my stories are like misinformation or takeaways or things that were mishandled from my parents to my mom.
Yeah.
That like affected me later in life.
Just
like my grandparents, like I lived with them for years.
Right.
And like I swear to God, I lived with them for years, and I seriously started to think that when I got older, I might have to at some point in my life face moths as a serious issue. like I thought that like when I got older, that might be something a hurdle I would have to overcome in life, like everyone does.
Right.
Yeah.
moths was a big issue.
Yeah. And then, like,
The minute you say that, I can smell my grandfather's closet.
Worst mothballs.
It was a thing.
Yeah.
By the way,
Thunder?
what's your mom's favorite prank?
Sorry. You know what I used to do to my mom? I actually used to do, you know the old school sinks that had that like from like the 80s
Yep.
with the spray that you wash the dishes with the hose?
Yeah.
If you put Scotch tape on that,
Yeah.
it's like you can't
And-
see
and
it.
it's off?
And
Yeah.
then she turns when they turn on the sink, that's engaged and it hits them. And that keeps giving.
Yeah.
And you do that, they get soaked. It's
Yeah.
it's not terrible, but
Right.
it's more than just something silly.
Yeah.
Right.
It's definitely like annoying and like how you feel, right? And then
Yes,
the
I
best
do,
part
yeah.
about it is they'll never ever remember to check every time, and you could just keep doing that. And if you could piece together like 6 or 7 in one day,
Yeah.
Right.
it's a core memory.
Then you get the spoon, though.
yeah,
For sure. You get a nice freshie.
Oh yeah, my mom used to like my mom
Lit
threw
us up.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she threw stuff.
Yeah,
She
we
threw
got all
shoes, brushes, spoons.
Was there ever a time she really connected though?
often. Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Often.
Nolan Ryan.
Yeah.
There was less times that she didn't connect. More times that she didn't connect.
Yeah, my mom had good aim too. Yeah, she was good. We had the dining room table though. Do you have a defense system? Because we had an oval dining room table, and we'd be able to run around it, right? And she would run out of breath.
That's
and
the
eventually,
first place you got to go because you got to get space between you and her.
Yeah.
And
Right.
then you got to get into
Tire
a
her
position where you could juke and deke, and,
Yeah.
and then you can get around through the kitchen, down the hall. It's
like a football combine in your living room.
Slide under. It really was. And basically, I was
it was like American Ninja Warrior.
At the least, it was ROTC or something. It was like a training. And then I would slide under my bed.
Right.
The
She
bunk
couldn't-
beds. I had a whole system.
She couldn't get under the bed.
No, but then she would get a broom.
Oh,
She'd like,
distance
get me
weapon.
out of there like I was a squatter or something.
There's a raccoon in the house.
Yeah. And then I would like grab the room and I'd suck it under there.
Oh, yeah.
And then she'd go to the next object. By the end of the day, I had like a yard sale. I swear
There's
to
a
God.
shovel, a rake.
At one point, I had, without a doubt, 3, 4, 5 objects under there.
Yeah.
And sometimes that my sister, sometimes she was coming after both of us, and we both had to slide under there. And then it was really about positioning.
Who's getting on the
because
outside?
whoever was in the back.
Was the bunk bed against the wall?
It was.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes it easier.
Yeah,
you go
yeah.
to fetal. You could, you know.
Yeah, I
get the
would
whole
do
thing done.
that. I would get right in the bowl in the corner like a roly-poly or like a turtle. Or
I used
something
my
like that.
sister as a shield once when my mom was beating us with a gravy spoon. She had the spoon out of the gravy. So we had one of those old school screen doors that was screen up top and then the tin on the bottom.
Sure.
And Carla and I had come back from, Carla was on the bowling team. She had a bowling bag. She went to Hill Academy, right? So she had a big backpack that had all her textbooks in it and a bowling ball in the other hand. And I was doing that thing like, I'm not touching you, like a little brother bullshit. Carla had enough. She full-blown bull in a china shop me, put her head down, came at me, tackled me through the door. So when we fell on the door, the door stayed closed, but we fell through the bottom. So I'm on the bottom, my sister's on top of me with a book bag and a bowling ball.
You got a wooden spoon coming at you real quick.
Right, so she came in, but I was on the bottom, so my mom's trying to hit me because you know it's my fault, and I grabbed Carla by the shoulders and I kept moving in the way of it like a shield.
Oh yeah, I had many of those.
Yeah.
I had that.
But you're the older brother, right? So you had size in your favor.
Yeah, I mean, I remember the day finally that like she would like. I mean, it's not like she whooped me.
No,
Well,
yeah.
sure she did, but like it's not like you know what I mean. It was just like But I remember the day when she whatever she did, like she just stop, and I was like, it didn't
of course,
hurt.
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
Here we go.
oh, the tides are turning. Miguel.
Level up.
The tides are turning.
Mario ate his mushroom. Yeah, I do. On my mom, I remember that moment vividly when I grabbed the wooden spoon, I pulled it out of her hand, I smacked her on the ass, and I went, "Ha ha!" And she lost it laughing.
At least you did it comedically.
Yeah, I did it.
When I punched my mother in the mouth for the first time, you had to get past
A little
that.
different, yeah.
you had to get past
But you guys
that.
are talking
But it was
again.
like built up. It was my punch was a cumulative punch.
Got it.
For all
My dad, like your dad, looks. I always say he looks like the police chief, like when you turn your badge in, and you don't want to piss him off.
right. He never touched us.
But
actually.
he looks like military. He looks like a guy you wouldn't want to mess with.
Imposing guy. He was always a fit guy. I always went to the gym my whole life.
Yeah.
Still in great shape now in his late 70s.
But like when I saw your dad, like it reminded me of my I'm still scared of my dad.
Yeah,
like, I'm still like
your
my
dad's
dad.
scary too. Yeah. Your dad's
Irish,
a gruff, kind of like him too. You talk about a detective. Your dad looks a little more like the detective than my dad.
sure.
He's got like an Irish glint though in his eye, where there's like a little sparkle, where you're like, oh, he's cool.
Oh,
Right.
he's
got
Swedish.
but
He's
like
got cataracts.
Yeah, he's losing his sight. What else? Though? I've hung out with him recently a lot.
yeah.
I've had 3 or 4 occasions in the last few months that I've seen him at.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
when we were in Pittsburgh doing the.
We were in Pitt.
and then
doing the-
Nashville.
We were in
But
Nashville.
like when I see, like I shook your dad's hand, I'm like, oh God, like
He still
this
got
guy
strength in the
could,
grip.
he still got it. Like I was like, wow, he could. Like
He
I
goes.
could
He
take
still goes
somebody.
to the gym every day. His garage
Really?
is a gym now, but he goes in there. He's got the guy that you punch.
Oh, yeah.
that's just like on the. He's like on the guy
total?
that goes like. Like, I walk in there and he's. I'm like, hey, guys, I'll be right out.
He's
Like,
rocking.
whatever that guy is, that guy is like all flesh colored.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about in the gym?
Yeah.
Is it half body? It's like a half body.
it's a half body. Yeah.
Your dad's handshake strong too. Your dad, like when you shake hands with your dad, like it's not.
I
That's
don't
what I
know.
meant. Yeah, when
I only
I
kiss him on
remember
the mouth.
shaking
I
your
know,
dad's
yeah.
hand. It was like in Vegas when I met him the first time. I was like,
My dad's handshake's very
wow.
bony
Yeah.
Oh,
Joe.
dude.
because he's dead. My dad's dead. I wish my dad could be punching something. He's punching to get out of the coffin.
Oh, come on, man.
He's worse than you. He's still getting used to it. You've had years of it.
No, I'm not used to it. I'll never be used to it. I go, oh, it's great.
Let's call your alive father, see how they're doing. So I did get to spend a lot of time with your mom. I mean, you got to spend a lot of time with my mom because one of my favorite stories is when in my house, you used to live in my basement, basically. You used to have sleepovers with me in our late 20s, early 30s.
Oh, yeah.
We'd be sleeping over and playing Nintendo. And we would have
Best
like breakfast
ever.
with my mom
Like,
and stuff.
my advice to anyone out there is whatever you thought your life track was going to be on, slide it 10 years. Slide it 10 years. My mom and dad had me at 26 and just turning 30. And I thought 30 was a little late, 26, but nowadays it's like, whatever. But I think just push everything 10 years so that you can play your 30s like you used to play your 20s. and just extend that.
Yeah.
And then
Because then you get money too. You have a little money in your pocket.
You do.
you save up some money.
Yeah.
And
some
also,
scratch.
I mean, what's the best part of our lives when we were that part?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean,
100%.
not to take away anything from my family or anything like that, but
Yeah.
No, but like that's a lot of core memory growing
Yeah,
from,
but
from
then
those moments.
then I just kept going though, and then I didn't really get serious until like 6 months ago. So, I
5.
like no joke, like I
4.
I mean, I've had like 6 male adult sleepovers in the last year. So, yeah, but they're fun. You shouldn't knock it till you try.
Oh, I mean,
Yeah.
the sleepover.
Have you ever seen? I think you should leave the sketch comedy show on Netflix with Tim Robinson.
Tim Robinson's? Yeah.
He has this one bit in season 2. You know the guy Paul Walter Hauser? Amazing actor. He's in everything now.
Oh, yeah,
He's
yeah,
in
yeah.
Blackbird. He played the serial killer.
Yeah.
But he's a really funny actor too. He's like,
I Tanya's the first time I saw.
oh
him.
yeah,
I was
yeah, I
like,
got you.
dude,
Right,
he's
right. Yes,
amazing.
And he did Richard Jewell and things like that.
Yeah.
He's really good. Big fan if you're watching.
He had
and we
done
know that you
stand up
are.
with Jimmy O Yang. He started
Does he
stand up
re-
for a little bit.
No way.
And then he got an audition. He's like an actor now, but he was like doing
He
stand up.
He won Best Actor
Unbelievable.
at the Emmys for Blackbird, which by the way,
does.
yeah, called.
Yeah. You did.
I was watching.
You
I
did
said,
tell me
I don't
about
know
it.
when the awards are, but if this guy, I've never seen a performance like this in my life.
Yeah.
At least a nomination. Just so happened, I didn't know that the awards were that weekend, and I just saw he won the Emmy for Best Actor, and I was
crazy.
like, but anyway, he does this sketch, and he's
And I think you should leave.
What were we just talking about?
About sleepovers.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. And they're playing poker. Did you see that one where it's like they're like all drinking beers and playing poker,
Yep.
and they're like, "Oh, my wife," and
Yeah,
they're
and
all
he
like
makes
ribbing
fun
on
of
their
his
wives
wife.
or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he says like, "Oh, he doesn't know what to say." And he's like, "Oh, you guys would be having some beers too if you had my wife," because he didn't know how to insult her. And they all laugh, and then he just daydreams about how wonderful she is, and it goes into this whole thing about how he got cast in a regional play, and he played a henchman, and he only had a few lines, but
his
the
lines
other
got
henchman kept
stolen.
stealing his lines. The guy Jimmy Taco,
Yeah.
he's like, "I'll never say my lines as fast as Jimmy Taco," and she's like, "Don't worry about Jimmy Taco." And then he comes to, and he goes, No, I don't know why I did that.
Guys,
My
wife's wonderful.
nice. And he's, we're just kidding. He's like, "No, I shouldn't have done it." And he goes, "I got to go." And they go, whatever his name is, like, "Bob, you always leave. Stay. You said you were staying the night." And they whip to the left, and there's like 6 beds made in the living room.
Like they never sleep over.
And they whip back. He's like, "Just stay. It's my birthday." One of them goes, and he goes, "I gotta go." I just act out that way. It's funny if you watch it. But I love that guy. Man.
Yeah.
Oh God, and just Tim Robinson is like.
The show is great.
Would I be terrible if I asked for a water that I won't spill it? I just drink. I've been trying to drink a lot of water.
But what was his deal? He was on SNL, and then did he leave?
He thinks he should leave.
Thanks, man. He was a writer, and then he was a cast member, and I just don't think they understood how to use him.
Yeah. Sal, I'm so glad you came. You really understand the whole podcast world.
Yeah, so your mom, we have so many stories, man, with your mom.
Oh, for sure. For
Yeah,
sure.
your mom is great. I mean, I'm sure you've told every story about your mom, but
We told a bunch.
just like a one of a kind. Really, really funny.
Yeah, but she like genuinely liked when you would be around too, which was fun. Like you
Oh,
know,
I called her every Mother's Day.
Yep.
I slept over there all the
did.
time.
She would always be like that too. She'd be like, I remember a couple of Mother's Day, like you like beat me to calling her.
Oh, really?
Really?
She's like, I talked to Sal. I'm like, Mom, it's 9 a.m. You got up early. Like, what do you want? She's like a bartender. You probably called her on the way home.
I
But
saw her downstairs first.
yeah, I know. I know what's up my house. She would always like be
He
excited.
sent me 24 flowers, and you only sent me a dozen.
Yeah. No,
She'd
you
be like,
that.
she'd call him, "I'm in Atlantic City. I'm hitting.
Yeah.
Big. Get Sal. Come down.
Come down. We did.
The rooms are waiting for you."
Yeah.
Really?
And we just drive down there. I didn't gamble. I never gambled like $1 in my life. And then she would just gamble, and then we just go eat like straight up seafood towers out the ass.
crabs, just fresh
Like,
crabs
it was a
up the
seafood
ass.
tower per person.
Yeah.
When you're like,
That's
"Oh,
where
this
you get it
is
from then,
3
huh?
to 4.
I do.
You know, when they're
That's-
like, it's a 4-tier tower. It's 3 to 4 people.
Right. Yeah.
You know, it's like whatever. And she's just like, "We'll have one for everybody." And then they was like smoking with dry ice.
Yep.
And they would just bring out like 10 seafood towers.
She used to tell me she ran that city. She used to be like, I'm like, "Mom, I'm going down with the guys." We would go even without her. So like we're going down, and she's like, "All right, you're gonna go to the Oaks." Okay, that was the steakhouse. That was the steakhouse in the Hilton. That's where she rocked. She goes, "You're gonna go to the Oaks. You're gonna see Walter. Okay, Walter knows you're coming. Walter knows you're coming." We'd walk in. I'd be like, "Hi, I'm Jerry Gowson." "Yeah, I know who you are. Come on." There'd be a table in the back, set up already, everything there, right? And then they would just come. We wouldn't even order. They would just bring everything out to us, and then we were like, "Oh, we have to pay." He was like, "Don't worry about it. You know."
Wow,
and
really?
go on my mom's. I realized quickly after my mother passed away that she owed hundreds of thousands of dollars to the casinos.
They're like, ring, ring, ring. Like, Joe, hey, this is
Walter from the Oaks.
This is Walter from the Oaks. I'm in the accounting department. Your mother is into us for 703 seafood towers.
They make the check out to Walter at the Oaks. Yeah, but like we used to go down, the rooms would be there and everything. And then there'd be times where we would go down. She would already be in bed when we had gotten there because it'd be a while from Staten Island. We'd either be going out and we'd be like a last minute thing, like let's go down. And we would wake up and I would be like, oh, we're going to our room at like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, like we're getting there, you know, getting changed to go out, whatever. And there's my mom at the dollar poker machines. Hey, babe, like playing the game.
Oh, that's great.
Still up doing it. She was crazy. Yeah.
I remember the first time I ever got a professional massage was on one of those trips. I guess like I was like, I never got one before. I always thought it was weird. And we were at a nice hotel or whatever, and there was like whatever this it was called, the Red Door. Mm-hmm. I don't know what
Red Door Spa,
whatever that is.
Yeah,
right,
fancy. So I was like, I'm gonna go for it. And I was with my girlfriend, still my girl, my lady at the time, and I got a couples, and it was astronomically. It was astronomical. It was like $600 for a couples massage.
Yeah,
you know, for like an hour or whatever.
Right.
But I was like, I've never done this. I'm not paying for anything. I've never done a massage, let alone a couples.
Oh, indulge.
And it was terrible. I got a Swedish. I didn't know much about it.
Yeah.
I got a Swedish. Do you know what a Swedish massage is?
Is that where they like really dig in?
No.
No?
That's called a really digging massage.
Yeah, that's a
deep
DTM,
tissue.
deep tissue.
Yeah.
Oh, right. That's like the Filipino
Swedish
one,
is
right?
Swedish is like
There's a Swedish.
yeah, like they like,
relaxation
apparently,
massage.
Swedes replicate air
Yeah.
touching you. They just went like this. Look, and I was like, oh, this is like the precursor.
It's like petting.
Yeah, no, it is.
Yeah.
It's like just swirling on you.
What's the one? What's the bullshit
Like you
one
want to
they
be a
do?
Swedish? You want to be a masseuse? Swedish masseuse?
Yeah.
You are one.
Could you do your hands work?
And
Could you do this?
I kept laying there like, all right, it's gonna kick in soon. Like it's been a while now.
They're
it's probably
warming
gonna
up.
kick in. Like what Swedish means is they probably touch you lightly for 1 hour and
Right.
then strong for an hour, and then she was like, like the hand she used to tap me. I couldn't distinguish it from it's over to that's what she was doing the whole time anyway. and I got so pissed off because I doubled on that. I paid
Right.
double.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was turned off from massage.
Did your lady enjoy herself?
No, I think she understood
annoyed
what I
too.
meant. She
Yeah.
said, "Yeah, we shouldn't have got Swedish."
Should've got deep tissue.
I was off massages for quite some time.
Yeah.
After that,
Then we brought you back hard.
well, then I learned about the massage parlors here in the city that are way more affordable with people that are definitely like experts, like that practice like ancient techniques. Now I get like no joke, I get like a 1 hour massage for maybe $30.
Right.
And the woman literally, I mean,
Gets in there.
she might have like her ancestry might have written like the manual to like some of these techniques. You know what I mean?
The Chinese massages?
The Chinese
Is that what you're
massages,
talking-
yeah, and they're usually older
jump-
women, and you think they're going to be fragile
No,
or frail.
no.
They got a lifetime of massage strength in those fingers.
I remember the first time I was in Manhattan, a woman jumped on the table. Jumped on the
Oh,
table
she hopped
on
right
me,
up.
and they got the pole on the
jumped
top.
right up there.
And she does this whole like,
Yes.
little thing. I remember Bessie.
Depends. That's a tie.
I was with Bessie. We're living on Wall Street with Murray. Murray tells me about Bessie wakes up and she has like a really bad kink. She's like, oh I got this thing going on. She's like, I need some. Murray's like, oh, go down to Murray knows all the spas downtown. Go to the spa. It's on, whatever. I'm like,
Murray
all right.
knows the bathhouse.
Yeah, right. He goes, go down to the spa. So I went past that spa and I went to
Murray
the
got
legit one.
diseases from places he goes to. I'm not even joking around.
Murray
He
was
puts
a
his
super
body
spreader of COVID.
into liquids he shouldn't.
Yeah.
And then he gets out and he's got like rings all over
Did
him.
you just say Murray started COVID?
Yeah.
They almost named it Murray 18. So he go to this place. So we go in there, and they just have like bath curtains between the two of us, right? So I'm getting one here. Bessie's next door, and I hear Bessie start going, ow, ow. I swear to God, this is true story. She starts going, ow, my neck. But she's super quiet. Like Bessie doesn't want to start no shit, right? So she's like, okay. And then she's going, okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. And she goes, Joe. Because she knows I'll tell the woman to stop. And I go, I was like, hold on. I was
She uses you like I use you.
Exactly, right. She calls in the fucking lefty. And she's like, this has got to stop. So I'm like, she's done. And the woman's like, no. I'm like, she's done. Stop it. Like, and I just have a towel on. And I'm like, she's done. Stop it. I'm like Tony Soprano. And then she's like, and then she's like, you have to pay. You have to pay. I'm like, I'll pay. You're hurting her. That's it. She's done.
Right.
So then Bessie goes, I'm done. And I was like, all right, I'm just going to finish up. And I went back into Bessie, just sat in the waiting room for 30 minutes as I finished my massage.
And it's like this.
All jacked up.
No, how many times have I been like, Joe, can you just take care of this for me?
Your whole life.
Like,
your whole life.
I won't say anything. I'll just look. I don't even tell him what
I know,
want.
we've
He
passed.
knows what I want to say, and I look at him like this, and then he turns and he says it for me, and I swear to you, that's not hyperbole. No way. And it's like 90% of the time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, if he's with me, I know I don't really have to really have any friction.
I'll
just be like,
I genuinely, after the time when we split from working together, I genuinely went through a time where I was like, I hope somebody's doing that for him.
no one is. No one is.
Nobody's there
There's
for Sal
been a
to do
dearth of that since you left.
He's like his hotel room. He would rather like a bigger suite, a corner. He's like he needs more bread, whatever it is. Just around. He just gets to look.
Well,
and
I never said I wanted a corner. It's more like this smells like smoke.
Yeah.
You just made me sound like a little bit like.
Oh no, I'll get you a corner. I'll just get it for you.
Yeah.
Like we're like.
No, I won't even do it. I'll open the door and I'll open it and he'll be like walking by me with his suitcase going to his room and he look in and he goes, "This is no good." Of mine, and he'll just walk in, get on the phone, and be like, "You're gonna need a corner. Have someone come up, please."
Yeah.
I'm just like, all right,
Okay, I'll take it.
corner.
Do it. But
you can get a discount at every store in the world, right?
Oh, I've seen it multiple times. It's unbelievable.
Apparently, you just walk in and tell them.
Yeah.
He just walks in. He says, "What's the discount today?"
Oh, yeah.
What do you mean? Well, family, friends, what's the discount? Who is the manager? I'll talk to him. I don't need to talk to you. Manager comes out and goes, what are you giving us today?
What's the action?
What's the action? We're going to shop today. I'll give you 10. 10's not good. 10's
Yeah.
You give 20, we'll do 20. I will not give it 30, we'll do 20. 20% off everything in here for me and my friends. The guy goes, all right. Every time.
I told the story about the time you refunded your stuff because I went after you and checked out, and they gave us 20% off in Nashville.
Yes.
Yeah, I worked it out. You had already bought everything. You walked out. You were with somebody. You walked out. You had a bags full of stuff. I'm like, they gave me 20 off. He goes, oh, they didn't give me anything off. I said, return it. I said, come on. I said, we'll go inside.
You went back in?
We went back in. I said, my friend here didn't get the discount that you gave the rest of us. I said, can we take care of that?
I remember the store.
Yeah,
Oh,
and they were like, that store's not there anymore.
Yeah,
They're out of
no.
business. I wonder why. It was Too Cool and Gentlemen. What was the name
Yeah, it
of
was
it?
something like it was like
in Nashville. There was a very famous store.
next to 40.
Antique ladies or something.
It's across like near the Thompson.
We were looking for it for a while, and I said this, and then you found it, and it was closed. It was called Two Uncle Toms, two Franks saloons or something like that. It had two in it.
Yeah.
But you made the mistake of going after me.
Yeah.
But it's funny. My dynamic now with Steve is very funny because Steve is like me and you in like 2008. Like he's learning, seeing all these things that you've seen and know of me, and it's like seeing it with fresh eyes. Like, I take my shirt off to change in a store. I don't use a dressing room.
No.
He's like, and he like gets embarrassed. Like it's funny to see that.
Just right in the store.
Dude, my favorite is he's.
By the way, he did that for our whole lives, but then he continued it when he got in the public.
He's still doing
Yeah.
it. But this waiter comes over. We had this fantastic meal. This is great. Take care of the dessert. Great. Guys, thank you so much for coming in. Joe, it was such a pleasure. And he hands him the check. Joe so he hands him a check. I'll be the waiter.
Yeah.
Sir, thank you so much. It's an honor waiting for you. Thank
I
you so much
appreciate
for
it. Thank you. And I just took
And
the
then
check.
the waiter just like
kissed his
stared
hand?
and then put the check down. He kissed his hand.
Yeah.
And I just like it felt like somebody, like Predator, they just ripped the spine out. I just went like that. I finished him. Dying laughing. Fucking crying laughing. Because it was like you kissed his hand, dude.
Yeah.
And then it was his reaction too, because he was
He just
so
turned
happy.
away. Yeah.
He's like, man, I get Joe Gatto.
And then it just changed
And then
everything.
he just
Yeah.
scurried away to the dogness. Yeah. It's fun. I like being silly. It's a good time.
The one businessman though, I'll never forget the suitcase. Joe's going through the thing, always hitting the signs, whatever. But there was one suitcase Joe completely fell. Not only like fell, tripped over, grabbed it on the way down with him, rolled with it, and like pushed it. And then he's sitting there. He goes, oh. And there's this businessman, and the guy had fucking money. The guy had money.
Yeah.
And he's just standing there, his hand's still out like he had a suitcase. And I'm just watching this
The
whole thing.
suitcase is just rolling
The
down.
guy is so confused.
where is this?
This is an airport.
In an
We were
airport.
And
And he's like,
it was
where the
another civilian suitcase
Yeah.
that you bumped into and like knocked over and pushed.
tripped and then like pushed it to fall.
tripped and rolled and like pushed it, and the guy is now like 10 yards away from the suitcase.
Yeah.
And the first thing is, what the fuck? And then he looks, he's like, is that Joe Gatto? Like, it was a weird, and I just
Put it together.
fell to the ground laughing because
Yeah,
you
you
see
used to-
it all.
You used to fall coming into class all the time, and
yeah.
wipe out like as many desks as possible.
Yeah, yeah. I've got a body made for comedy. Even back then.
Yeah, we had different like ways of like that was. And then, but me, I would be different. I would be the guy at school that like literally at lunch opened my bag, pulled out an actual like 2-slice toaster, pulled out my Eggo waffles in the box, frozen still,
Really?
with a butter utensils, and I set it all up and just make waffles right at the thing. Like,
Are you serious?
Yeah, yeah.
That's pretty genius.
In
actually.
high school,
Why not?
In high school, I still say that Sal is one of the reasons I got into comedy because we used to eat lunch together in junior year of high school.
Yeah, remember you used to attack
And I
Sal
used to
Vulcano
attack Sal Vulcano
as a
used to
dog?
and I used to make you laugh so hard because you used to
Because
say,
you
"Get
used to,
'em."
you used to fly out
I used
from. Remember, you used to also
Pretend to be
fly out
Superman
from the side. Yeah.
behind the door. So there was a door that only showed a window. It was like a half window. I used to pretend to be Superman behind it. Just so stupid. I would just go like half my body, and he would fucking lose it.
It's
It would just
funny because
always-
it looks like he's flying,
So then there was this other guy I went to school at Sal
and if you
Vulcano.
believe, it's even better.
And there's this good friend of ours, Sal Vulcano, and
Hey, Sal.
who I basically I terrorized because Sal would make me.
He's
this
like our
Sal-
missing best friend. Actually.
Yeah, he is.
We were all together in high school, but he moved on to work on be a film teacher and everything. Now I think he lives in Vancouver. He was like my next door neighbor, one of my best friends.
Yeah.
yeah. I
It
miss
was
him. I
Sal
gotta give him a
and
call. I don't know if he has the same number. Yeah.
You should call him after this on your way to the next podcast.
Okay.
Okay. So he used to be like, oh, I used to like pretend I would like turn into this dog like, "Grr." And then Sal would be like, Joe, leave it alone. And Sal would be like, oh, look out, he's gonna get you. And then Sal would like, get him. And I would just attack him as a dog. He would think,
But
it
he'd
was,
bite his
I'd
like
bite
leg,
his
pant leg,
leg.
like he's pulling on it on the floor, like and literally he'd be trying to walk
committed.
and he's pulling on his pant leg. with his
And he would
hand.
try to walk away from me, and I would be on the floor with his trousers and my teeth. And he used to think it was a story. He would fall down, laugh then,
Yeah.
like that's just the way it was. And then we started. He was doing improv comedy in Farrell, and he's like, "You're funny, man. You should come." And I was
So
like,
you were
"No,
the first
I don't
one
know."
to kind of get into comedy in like a real way,
I don't know.
like with classes or like joining.
After
or...
school, I did. After
Yeah.
school, I went to some acting classes and I did some writing.
You were
classes.
definitely doing improv at Farrell before me though, because you made me come to the come to it.
Yeah. I mean, I guess so. I know. Q, yeah, I don't know.
Q was doing like,
I think we
but
all
Q,
participated. They
yeah.
had like a club and we did it.
But Q and Murr were in the drama. You didn't do the plays though.
No,
they
no.
did. Q and Murr did the plays. We didn't. But he just did the comedy, and he pulled me into the comedy thing. So I mean, good thing you laughed at me, buddy, because here I am, right?
Yeah,
2 couches here, 2 cool moms, 3 great friends, lots of spilled water.
100% commitment
All the
everywhere.
time. All the time, baby.
Unbelievable.
All the time. All right, let's get
Well-
into it. Let's help some people out. So Sal, this is the part of the show where we take submissions from fans. It could be any sort of dilemma that we solve people's problems.
Okay,
It's
I love
really
that.
what we do. It's what
I
we
do that.
do. We try.
I like.
We fail.
Lord knows I ask for advice all the time, so it'd
Well-
be nice to give some back.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to say these names.
Okay.
This one's Odie,
Odie.
Adi,
O-D-I-E?
I don't know.
O-D-I-E?
How do you spell it? How do you spell
Oh,
it?
Adi.
How do you spell it?
OTTI.
James.
James writes.
All right, he writes, "What's up, my mother's from another brother. What's the best way to slide into girls' DMs? Best regards." Oh, his name's here, Otter. Sorry. I didn't read that far.
You haven't learned your lesson yet. You always start with, I don't know this guy's name. People always signed the thing.
I know.
Parents named him after a large sea animal,
Otter
Sea
with
animal,
an
river
AR.
beast.
a river beast,
A river beast. Sea animal. They don't live in the sea. Otters?
otter,
They're rivers.
otters.
They're not salt water.
No,
No,
otters
a
are in
sea
the
otter.
ocean.
Sea otter?
Aren't the
Yeah.
otters like out there with the polar bears?
No.
The otters are at the zoo.
Otters are at the zoo.
And where do
But
they
they,
pull them
they,
from?
Where
they
otters
crack
live,
the
Jiggy?
shells
Where do
on
we
their,
where do we
tummy
poach
with
the otters
rocks.
from?
No, otters are river beasts.
An otter is a river.
I thought so.
I think an
otter
otter
is
is
in a
the-
river?
I think it's
Sea otter? The word sea otter makes sense.
It says, what is that? A seal? What's
Seal.
the
You have
difference
to-
between a seal, a sea otter,
A walrus.
a walrus,
A dentist.
and a manatee? Like what are all? And a sea lion.
Sea lion.
There's a lot of things.
No,
out
a sea lion is a bigger seal, right?
I don't know.
Seal, it's if you go size order, it's seal, sea lion, walrus. Walrus is the big mothers.
But walrus is a descendant. Is related to the seal.
Yeah, they just have a different dentist, different orthodontist.
Okay, so then what about a manatee?
Manatee's more like a whale. It's in the water.
It's like this
Manatee doesn't perch. Manatee doesn't perch.
It's called 2 GEDs from Staten Island at the zoo. At the zoo. So wait, that's not a manatee?
A manatee
If
perches.
two manatees get on a train leaving from Chicago,
They get there at 6:30.
I got to pass my GED.
They get there at 6:30 p.m.
Otters live all over the place.
Oh, really?
Yeah, their marine habitats are really all over.
Really?
They live in streams, rivers, lakes, ponds, marshes, freshwater, and marine habitats.
That's bullshit.
They're everywhere.
Where are you reading that from? That's bullshit. There's no animal that lives in a stream.
In a stream, an otter's
and
big.
like that's too much. You just
Yeah.
covered
Otters.
too much.
Otters?
Otters.
They live in every single piece of liquid.
There was an otter on this table earlier.
Otter isn't an otter a huge son of a bitch?
No, otters are
No,
not
otters
that
are
big.
tiny.
Tiny.
They're smaller than beavers.
Oh,
They
are
got the
they like
little-
those cute things
Yes.
from like
Yeah.
Ice Age
And they
or
roll
whatever?
over.
I never saw Ice Age, but isn't it like an Ice Age, like the movie Ice Age?
Yeah, the movie Ice Age has to
I'm
do
a
about.
squirrel.
Show me an otter. Show me an otter, please.
Yes, could you get a
An
picture of an
otter
otter?
Sure.
looks like a baby seal.
Yes.
Or a
No,
baby walrus.
it's got hair.
No, it looks like a baby seal.
It's
They're
got
small.
hair.
He's
It's got
thinking-
hair.
An
Yeah,
otter
like
has hair
no.
on
Like whiskery.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whiskers.
It definitely has hair.
Oh no, it's wet. It's wet. It's like a beaver. Yeah.
can't see
See
Yeah.
it?
See, it's got hair all
It's like
over
a beaver. Come on in, Jiggy. Bring it in.
Oh, that's an otter.
That's a beaver. It's like an otter. But
Oh,
there's
so
no
it's like a
seawater.
beaver.
It's not sea. They don't live
No.
in the ocean.
So
That-
90% of otters live on the Alaskan coast. I'm really digging
On the
deep.
Alaskan coast?
Alaskan coast.
Yeah, I thought I
90%?
associated them with ice.
90%?
90% of them live on the Alaskan coast.
That's a lot of otters up there.
But all right, an otter and a seal get into an altercation.
Oh, the seal wins.
Seal, okay.
Yeah, seal just
Seal,
drops.
Is a
it.
seal a sea lion?
No, sea lions is step up.
And a walrus is a step from the sea lion?
you don't like
yeah.
this ping
Okay,
pong boom.
once again, what is the manatee?
Manatee is like a whale. They live in the
But
water.
it's not
The
a whale.
manatee
They
is
never
like
perch
a-
up.
not
They
a
never
whale.
perch up.
What do
Thing.
manatees do?
Manatees
Yeah.
are like
do they
It's
have
a,
them?
it's
a
pretty
sea
much like a
cow.
large Florida otter.
A manatee?
A manatee, but they do perch because they get hit by a lot of boats down in Florida.
Oh, do they?
And they live in rivers too. They're like a big,
And a stream. You're bullshit.
I
Jiggy,
mean, a manatee is gargantuan.
they're
Yeah,
massive.
What river?
Down in like Okeechobee,
Oh, okay, the Okeechobee. all right.
Okeechobee River.
the old
It's big.
Oh, he
Okeechobee.
brought receipts. Okay. Okeechobee River has a lot of manatees.
So, what was Otter's question?
So now, what happened with this guy? A manatee has a question.
Manatee question. Manatee asks, "How do I slide into a girl's
Otter's
DMs?"
Otter's asking, what is a manatee? How do you slide into a girl's
slide into
DMs?
a girl's DMs?
Meaning, all right, I'm assuming you don't mean like you just. Well, first of all, you have to just write them a DM.
Yes,
that's
yeah.
how you. That's
That's
really
it.
how you do it.
That's pretty much it. Yeah.
Yeah.
If
just
you
write
haven't
them.
like used your keyboard and then hit send to go in, she's not going to get the DM.
She's not going to get it.
You got to
have to
actually
click
type
message.
It.
Yeah.
You got to go to her page.
Yep.
You got to find message. You click message. You type whatever you want.
Yep.
And then
Send.
there's a send button. You hit send. It might tell you it's sent. Then you see it there. Now you slid.
Yes.
You slid
That's
right
it.
in.
The slide
Yeah.
is
Slip, slide in.
in.
That's your song.
I would say
I'm going
I've
into
never slid into a
DMs.
DM. Has anyone? I mean, I've never slid into a DM. I'm assuming he means like, how do I approach someone virtually that I've never met, but I think
Yeah.
I'm interested.
But in a cool way.
That's what we do here. We
Yeah,
dig into
cool.
the next thing. How
Otter
do we help that?
Clearly didn't take like an English language class.
Right. So if Otter, if you want to approach, I mean, you never hit any of the shots you don't take. Sal, Steve says this all the time, Sal.
Steve Gretzky.
That's right.
Yeah, Steve Gretzky says. He says you never
Steve
take any of
Gretzky.
you never nail any of the shots that you ever shot out of the tank. And he
Yeah.
says that. And he lives and dies by those words.
I do on the football field.
You make
constantly.
100% of the shots you don't take.
That's right. That's exactly it.
No, I would say maybe just politely,
Polite.
and maybe
Yeah. Try politely.
Right?
maybe find,
Humor always helps.
Maybe
I think,
find
though.
some common ground.
I think-
like, why are you interested in that?
Yeah.
Like, for example, if you like our tits, say like, "Hey, I'm just sliding here to let you know I like your tits."
That's it.
Politely.
Yes, politely and honesty. I think
And
is
then
the-
then
yeah.
see what happens.
Yeah, I think mostly it's about you have to stand out, right? Because probably the first guy I thought about sliding into a DM.
Yeah.
Right. Especially if somebody you find attractive, so you might want to just stand out a little bit. I always find humor helps in any situation.
The connotation of sliding into a DM
Is looking for somebody DTF.
right.
That's what you're gonna say.
Sliding has this kind of effect that it is might be a little bit like kind of slimy.
Sleeky.
Like,
I
I'm
think
not,
it's
like you're not
slick,
supposed
right?
to be doing
Sneaky
it.
link.
I
Into the
kind
DMs.
of snuck right in there.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't feel like it's on the up and up right away. Like if he would have said, "How do I DM someone I don't know?"
Yes.
And I would have said, "Oh, all right." But like when it feels like you have certain intentions when you want to slide. I
in.
feel like that's a sexual intention.
No, it's
Yeah,
basically
yeah,
a
you wanna-
pickup line.
Yeah.
And a digital pickup line is really what a slide.
But you still want to be a gentleman. I think it's like you want to
sure.
you want to make her feel like she's getting some out of it too. So it's like, hey, could I take you out to dinner? Cheeseburger, and let me see like your tits,
Right,
Because you
right,
showed everybody. I'd like to just feel them
I
in my hand. So how about dinner for?
Sincerely, Otter.
Cool? Question mark. Otter.
Also, what's a manatee? All right, I think we solved that one. That was great.
Well, yeah, I don't know how to. I need more information. Like, who is the person? How
I do
old
think
is
you're
Otter?
right. I really think you're thinking right, though. I think it's somebody's interested in,
Let me ask
romantic
you a question. Am I giving this person real advice?
You're doing a little bit of mix.
Okay.
Well, why? What would you have for real advice? I'd be interested to hear.
No,
That was it? Yeah,
but I don't know if it's just like I'm supposed to be like.
No, you're funny, so it's fine.
Because you want to seem cool. You have like a sentence.
Yes.
If you're shredded and you look like an Abercrombie model,
You send a
you
picture.
just be like, "What's up? You up?
Yeah, sup.
Cool question."
Sup,
Like you
yeah.
just do that.
I need to see a picture of Otter to let him know what he should write.
Yeah. It's 100% reflective of what you look like. Yeah.
But I think you got to be more creative when you're like average.
I know. I've had to work hard for my whole life.
So-
We're not
so-
all
so-
like you.
so there's
Come down
a cute
this on the
girl.
couch. I don't even slide.
A cute
Sal
girl.
likes slugging to DMs.
I roll
Hey,
What's up?
Hey, 2 cool moms. How do I roll up into someone's DMs?
What would you write if you saw a cute girl?
For DMs?
Yeah,
I,
you message her.
No, I go deep into the feed. I take a look so I get to know like everything about her. Like I stalk it and I find something that I could do probably about 7 or 8 pictures down. So it's not something right up
That
top
was
that
a
everyone's
year
seen.
ago,
I
you
know. It's like,
fucking
hey, how
psycho.
did you like Montana? And she's like, I went there in 2012. And I'm like, I know. Like, that's it. So it feels like you're interested.
Just wide-eyed.
Yeah, that's it. No, I get
I
slid
see
in.
you-
I get slid in.
Did I see you at DeVry Online?
Yes. DeVry? Nice.
DeVry, is that still around?
No, they're dead, right?
Really? DeVry's dead?
University of Phoenix is the new DeVry, right?
Is it?
University of
I
Phoenix
haven't been
Online.
keeping tab. Do you remember, and I don't know if this was regional, and I don't know if you saw it, but when we were younger, there was this Apex Technical.
Apex Tech with the mustache.
Apex Tech. It was a trade school about I think mechanics, like car mechanics.
Yeah.
And it was the guy who owned it, or the spokesperson, or whoever he was. He was the same guy. They did like local commercials for like 20 years, and it's 2 taglines. He used to tell her, and he goes, "And when you're done, the tools are yours to keep."
Yep.
And at the end, he would always laugh and go, "Now I can't call you. You've got to pick up the phone and call us."
Yep, Apex
today."
Tech.
And that's, I mean, it was 20 years of that guy.
Yeah.
Right.
Everyone knew him.
That was.
Is that
I
around?
can't call you. You got to call
Apex
us.
I think that was
Technical. Is that
regional.
school still out?
It might.
Apex Tech. I would love to get a T-shirt.
Apex Tech t-shirts.
Throwback
Great throwback
T-shirt.
t-shirt.
Yeah. You don't know him though, right?
No, I
You
don't.
can-
It's definitely
a quick
regional.
Google for you when at your earliest convenience. We'll loop you in.
Whatever you can.
How about this for a DM?
It does exist.
It still does.
It does.
He's dead.
It does. It's in Queens, and it gets 2 out of 5 stars.
Oh no.
Do you get to keep the tools still? Is the question.
No, they stopped keeping.
You still got to call them.
Yeah.
I started to call them. Yeah.
How's this for a DM for
Okay.
Otter?
Okay.
Just you tell me. Hey, I'm very well versed in stalking laws, and I built up a tolerance to mace. Interested?
I think it works.
I like that he's up front.
Yeah,
Cards on the table.
that could be good.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sincerely Otter. I think he needs to put Sincerely Otter.
Yeah, sincerely. Okay, that bombed. Sitting here thinking it like, okay, what could be a good joke? No. Okay, well,
Try again. You'll be okay.
I guess I'll do it tonight in front of a audience. This is
No,
coming to us
there'll be
from-
the same amount of people.
It's coming to us from Ari. I'd love to say his last name, but we don't say it last
don't
names,
say
right?
last names,
But it's such a cool name.
Oh yeah, say it.
Yeah. Ari Powers.
Nice.
That's a great
That's
last
a great name.
That's yes. That person works in Hollywood.
Yes.
Question.
Yeah.
Is it bad if I think decreasing my weight will increase my chance of a love life?
Is it bad? He's talking about self.
There's a whole industry built on it.
No, yeah. I just think that. I mean, why? I mean, it's about self-confidence, right? So if you think you're going to feel better, Ari Powers, when you lose some weight and you have more confidence, then that might increase your interactions with people that you're attracted to.
Certain
Yeah.
attraction. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a stupid question.
I Ari Powers. I never.
What are these softball questions we're getting over here?
This is what
Oh, you
people.
want the real
If I lose weight, will I feel no? Who are these people? Who are
These people.
No, where are these people? Where do these people come from?
They come from They come from either Instagram.
Okay.
Or they submit.
Well, I
questions.
don't mean to mock. I mean, it's silly, but I think it's like obvious. But then again, let's get into it.
Because some people. Now.
You don't want to attach your self-worth to your weight.
Yeah.
But
Right.
obviously, I think inherently, if you lost weight and felt better and healthier, you'll feel more confident, and that will manifest itself probably in that way.
I've lost weight in my life, and as you have as well, and you as well, but I've never lost weight to try to find a mate. Like, it always was just for other reasons. I don't know. Have you ever been in a situation where you're like, I'm just not attractive?
Is he saying that? Is it bad if I'm losing weight just because otherwise I wouldn't lose weight?
That's how I interpret it. So should that be his motivator, or should he let people love him the way he is? That's the way I'm taking it.
Well, you should be loved the way you are, no matter what, right?
That's not true.
If that's true, then why would you ever encourage like a girl? They always get fit before they get married. Every girl I know, before they get married,
they want to look good
on their wedding day, they want to look great in the pictures. Yep. So they go crazy at the gym for like 2 or 3 months with the diet and all that stuff.
Valid point. Yeah.
So,
well, look, I have my specials filming December 2nd at the Vic in Chicago. Tickets are on sale right now at salvulcanocomedy.com. I chose you, Chicago. There's 2 shows. They're going fast. But
they're not even on sale yet at the time we filmed this. He's bullshitting you.
Yeah, this is. But when it comes out, it will be. Right now, I'm bullshitting you. I owe you nothing. But December 2nd, 2 shows at the Vic in Chicago. It's much, and I have been doing all I can to. It's almost like I'm treating it like a wedding day
to look good.
Yeah. I've been trying to lose weight. I've been trying to get more fit. I've been trying to change things that bother me about myself.
How long is it? December? What year?
It's I'm 22.
Joseph.
It's in a couple months. And also, I'm at other places, too. The tour goes everywhere. Also, there's a cruise, January 22nd to the 26th, 2024, with Eric Andre, getshipfacecruise.com.
Don't forget to subscribe to your YouTube channel,
at Sal Vulcano Official. And you're going to want to sign up to that because I'm going to be giving a big prize away weekly. Yeah. And I'm only pulling from that.
For your first big prize.
Yeah.
For your first big prize.
Yes.
Let's have dinner with somebody, me and you.
That's big.
Oh, wow.
You want to get some subscribers?
That wouldn't be my first. I mean, those numbers got to go. Before that drawing is pulled, I need.
Already, I'm not subscribing.
50,000.
Already, I'm not subscribing to his channel. Already. You're saying big prize. That's a huge prize.
Right, but I got to get more length.
All right, so when you get.
I just dropped that right now.
Okay.
And then,
how about this? When you get your plaque, your 100,000 subscribers, okay? Then you'll pull a name from that, and you and I'll go to dinner with somebody.
That's great. I would like to do more like higher, only because why not shoot for the moon?
Okay.
You know what I mean?
You want to say 250?
Yeah. Well,
quarter mil?
So I'm trying to get up to we'll see what happens.
How many do you have right now?
On the other one?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
350?
Okay.
370?
Okay.
I really don't know.
All right, but this is.
But the whole point is that I think I'm releasing the special on YouTube. I'm pretty sure that's what I'm doing because it's a strategy that we're employing, right?
Yeah.
So if I do that,
you want to subscribers for it, yeah.
Yes, but I don't know if I might be releasing it on No Presh or my channel. I'm not sure yet.
Got it.
So that's why I kind of
we want to get the Sal Vulcano channel in the game.
Sal Vulcano Official,
right?
On YouTube.
So 1 million subscribers.
By the way, Joe.
Yeah.
Okay, 1 million subscribers will take some.
Well, I'll do 500,000. How about that?
A deal.
500,000.
You're buying. I'm not buying.
No problem.
500,000.
There'll be a prizes weekly anyway, though.
Yeah.
But when I get 500,000 subscribers,
yes.
So tell friends, tell family. Everybody knows one person.
Yeah, 100%.
Right?
So if 500,000 people know somebody.
Yeah, exactly. the math is easy. At 500,000, the drawing will be a dinner with me and Joe.
That's great. I love that.
Wow. That's fun.
That's a fun one.
That's good. Let's see if we get there.
Okay.
I'll tell
you. They got to come to us, though. You got to be in New York. We're not going anywhere.
Yeah, no, we'll fly in.
How about at 15,000, you get drive-through with me? You go Del Taco, whatever you want.
1,500.
Yeah. 1,500. Drive-through with me. Yeah. We'll get
first
an
subscriber.
Uber. Yeah.
Me and Steve have dinner. Let's just motivate the first one.
Yeah.
Okay. So we said it here.
Yeah, we said it here.
So I can say that on other promotional areas.
Everywhere you want. Yeah, I'm in.
At 500,000 subscribers,
500K.
I will pick from my subscribers one winner to come to dinner with me and Joe.
Yeah, but you're buying dinner. We're
I am
putting
buying
that on the
dinner.
record.
I am buying
because
dinner.
I'm not buying dinner. Steve just subscribed. He's like, hopefully I win.
All right, this is coming to us from Sarah.
Okay, Sarah.
Mommies, I'm a huge yes man. This is a girl. Okay, wait, I don't know what's going on here. Mommies, I'm a huge yes man. I guess she's just saying she's
Yes, man. Yeah, it's the term.
How do you say no to asks and things you just don't have the energy to do without feeling bad?
Yeah,
I hate
got
letting
this.
people down or asking for help, and quite frankly, I'm tired. From one cool mommy, 2 others, much love.
So you just read the top again, just so I make sure I got it right.
Yeah. Mommies, I'm a huge yes man. How do you just say no to asks and things you just don't have the energy to do?
Got it. I really don't want to answer this.
And then there lies.
Nah.
And there.
Next question.
Thanks so much for joining us on Two Cool Moms. I've been Joe Gatto. This is our co-host, Steve Byrne, and our very good friend, Sal Vulcano. Sal, thank you for joining us, buddy. We love you.
Just lead by example.
Yeah, that's 100%. You know, you're the best. I love you. Thank you for coming.
You can lead them to water, but you can't make them drink it.
That's right. Yeah! Get the fuck out.
These mommies love you, so show us some love.
Please rate us and review us. Follow us on all social media and subscribe to our YouTube.